Well, what inspired me to sing, I always wanted to be a boxer. Until one day, a young skinny fellow hit me in my nose. And then I said, this is not going to work. And I started singing. Laying all jokes aside, my grandmother was a very spiritual person. And every Sunday, we had a little group and we used to sing for grandma. And she loved it. And we went to different churches singing. And I would look in people's eyes and see that they really enjoyed what we was doing. And I heard Jackie Wilson, and he was my idol. I heard him, and I said that he was one of the finest entertainers, singers I ever heard. So I started practicing, and I got me a little job. And as I was singing one day, my boss told me, if you don't stop all that noise, I'm gonna fire you. Every day I was back singing before my boss came to work. So one day he got very serious about it and said, if I catch you singing again, you are fired. So I got into my, as they might say, groove, and I was singing, and he came up to tell me that I was fired, and I think I was the first one to use this expression, you can take this job and shove it. So I left, and friends of mine told me, said, we're going up to Detroit. I said, that sounds like a great idea to me. I dropped everything and went to Detroit. Little did I know by leaving Atlanta, where it's nice and warm. When I got to Detroit, it was so much snow until people had to tie a string on the antenna so you could see the cars coming. I like to froze. And my first job was at a car wash in the wintertime. I paid my dues. So you asked me what made me want to sing. I felt that I had the talent and I love music. And when I got to Detroit, I started hanging out with a young man by the name of David Ruffin. And he went on to sing with the Temptations. Before that, he and I was roommates. And one day David told me, he said, you know, I really think you got it. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna keep on. So I had a manager, and she took me to New York. And by the way, David Ruffin had a very beautiful suit. I borrowed his suit. And I went to New York, and I got a telephone call. What is going on? You got my suit. I said, I forgot to ask you for it. I just borrowed it. I said, David, don't come up here, please, because I can't support you and myself. The next morning, I heard a knock on the door. And David and I did a lot of things in New York. And there was a club called the Peppermint Lounge. And I didn't have a band, so I went down and talked to the guys with a band called Joey D and the Firelighters. And they let me come on stage with them. And that particular night, I told David, I said, David, we got to sing, we got to put on the show tonight because we do not have the rent. So we went up, and there was all people from different walks of life. And I did something I should do in an act. I would do a split over about 6 chairs in the air. And people start standing up, giving me money. I said, I'm on to something now. But the greatest excitement was the night I missed those chairs. People rolled, and I found out that people like slapstick comedy. It was funny. And I went back to Detroit, and I started traveling around, and I had a chance to see the Spinners, and I had a chance to see the Four Tops in a place called Ottawa, and they were fantastic. I said, now this is the group, and these singers, this is the way I want to perform. And there was a little girl I was trying to talk to. She gave me no time. So I said, well, The fellas in the group said, man, that girl is not thinking about you. She was with her escort, and that particular night I said, watch me. So I was scared as I could be. So we came out on stage singing Bobby Womack's song, I'm Looking for a Love. And as I began to sing, I got down on my knees and grabbed her hand. And I was walking through the audience singing. And that girl gave me a look. I didn't know. And the fella said, oh yeah, you on to something now. So that was basically my inspiration. I've had some experience that very few people have. I've had a lot of laughter. One of the funniest things that happened in my career was with David. At the time we was in New York, I met my idol, Jackie Wilson. And Jackie Wilson manager told me, where you from, boy? I said, I'm from Atlanta. So he said, what you trying to do? I said, I'm a singer. He said, I'll tell you what you do. You come to this city where all the great singers are? I said, yeah. He said, I'll tell you what you do, son. You get you some soda crackers and you eat them till you get full, and then you drink you some water. This way the crackers will swell up in your stomach and you won't go hungry. I laughed. I was determined. That's what you got to have. You got to have a determination and don't give up if you feel that you have that talent. So we working around New York, David and I, we doing everything we can to try to pay the rent. So one night, David said, I'm not paying anymore. I'm going back to Detroit. I said, you're not gonna leave me here paying these bills? He said, well, I got an idea. He went out to the store and bought a rope. He said, now Daddy, what you do, you let my bags down and I'll sneak out round the side of the building. I tied his bags to a string. I let the bags down. Just as he was turning the corner, the manager was standing there. He was about 6'6", 300 pounds. Boy, where do you think you're going? That was one of the funniest things that ever happened to me. So, by the grace of God, we made it back to Detroit. Another climax in my career was when I went to England. I've heard sessions where you just hear the rhythm section, which is drums, guitar, and bass, and a keyboard. But I never heard it with a full orchestra. And we was on the 50th anniversary of the Top of the Pops in London, England. And the orchestra started playing music, background singers. I turned around and I said, God, I know those people thought I was a country bumpkin, but I never heard nothing so beautiful in my life to hear all the strings and the horns and the female singers all at one time. It was fantastic. Another funny situation. The first time we was at the Apollo Theater, our first record with Chairman of the board was Give Me Just a Little More Time. And we did 4 shows a day. So after the first 3 days, everybody was so excited. And we was so hyped. Muhammad Ali came up to our dressing room and shook our hands and said congratulations, and that made us feel great. But that particular night, somebody in the band put itching powder in my pants. I got on stage and was singing, and the more I sung, the harder I got. I felt an itch. I never moved like that so fast in all my life. And I told the band, I said, whoever did that, if I ever find out who it was, you're gonna be in serious trouble. That same week, we had some beautiful uniforms. I took my pants and put them on the dryer. They was like leather. I was drying my clothes. So I'm on stage doing my thing. General Johnson looked at me and said, "What happened to the back of your pants?" I felt I felt the back of my pants, and I realized I was in serious trouble. So I just kept on doing my thing toward the audience. That was some funny, strange times. First time I met him was at one of the producers' house, and he sat down to the piano and he sung a song, and it was fantastic. And I said, I didn't really want to be in a group. I said, that guy and we could do great things. And throughout the years, I watched him, and I seen him do things. A lot of people say that he stand off to himself, but many times he have a lot of burdens on him as far as making sure the band hit on time, to making sure the music is right. And I think that he is one of the greatest. And I learned a lot of things. I never said anything, but I watch him like a hawk, and I learned. And one of the most things that impresses me, even when he's sick, and I feel the same way, I go on because I know that the rest of the musicians and everybody else is depending on me. I fell out on stage a few years ago, and even when I came to, I was trying to get back to the stage. That's because I love my craft, and I'm dedicated to my musicians. Now, this is the funny side of John. I'm bigger than he is. He gave me a song recently. I want you to have it when you come in the studio. So I said, okay, I have it. I procrastinate. And time to go in the studio, it was the last day. I said, I do not have a song. I was so nervous because I know, here it comes. So I go to the studio, and I'm sitting around, I'm trying to practice while everybody else is eating lunch. I said, come on, Dan, eat your lunch. I said, no, I'm not hungry today. I'm hid in the corner on my knees trying to get these words. So, time to record. He looked at me, and I saw a strange look come in his eye. He said, you know what? You come here and you don't have the words. You didn't rehearse. I'm getting ready to knock you out. I thought he was going to really hit me. I'm getting ready to knock you out. Ken was sitting on the stool. Ken's eyes got big. I kept saying, I can get it. I was pretending that I was hoarse. I couldn't clear my throat. But through his patience, he had patience with me, because he is the individual. He knows what he's doing, and he has the talent. If I sing off key, he can hear it. And not only he can hear if I sing off key, if the keyboard player make a mistake, he can hear it. So out of respect and out of admiration, I give it all I got. If he tell me to try to sing a song a certain way, I tried. And eventually it comes together. So there's nothing like a team. A lot of people think that you just walk up on stage or you go to the job and sing, but it's so much involved even before you even get to the stage, the preparation. And he sings a song, and he and I have a similar spirit when it comes to our music. We take it seriously. I see people cry. I see people laugh. The word is entertaining. The word is showmanship. The word is being real about what you do. No drugs, no alcohol. It comes from the heart. minute I have seen him come off stage and fall out in the chair. I mean, can't move. And I give him Gatorade. That comes from the heart. I come off stage sometime, I can take my shirt and wring it and you can see the water. That's not a front, that's real. And the greatest compliment that I hear is, man, I've seen you 20 times. Or, we love you guys. We follow y'all. That is the greatest admiration that an individual can have. Like you say he sang the song Patches. I love that song because it's not just a sad song. It let individuals know that no matter what you grew up against in life, you must keep trying. You must keep climbing. All these kids trying to go to school, the parents many times don't have the money, but they sacrifice because they love their families. And my what I get out of that is, no matter what happens in life for me, I must persevere. I must keep climbing. I must keep trying. And that's what goes in the music. It's uplifting song that you can make it. Carolina girls, I like that. You or somebody, the funky chicken. That means you can flap your wings anytime you want to. You will see on the internet. I tell you that I love music with all my heart. And I love country music. Matter of fact, I wrote a song for a young man and he went on the Grand Ole Opry. And I went with him, and that was one of the highlights in my life. And I wrote a song for the president. And he sent me a couple of letters thanking me for the song and invited me to do a convention. But there was other things going on that was done. And you asked me what's going on now. I wrote a song, the same song that I did for him. Since we had so many problems, like the problems in Mississippi, down south, and matter of fact, the problems all over the world. It says, together we can make this world a better place. And I saw some little kids, they were singing the song with me, and that gave me inspiration like I've never had before, to hear those little kids. Let's make this world a better place, and together we can. And I truly believe that. We must do that for the children. Here in North Carolina, there are so much talent. And the people that's trying to entertain, they are so serious. And they need to know directions so they can make their dreams come true, because dreams do come true. I'm very grateful to be a part of the music scene in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Georgia. I'm very excited. I'm working with some people I feel that are very, very, very talented. Rob Wank, Shelley Ball, and I believe that when you put talented people together, things begin to happen automatically. People that are serious about their music, because music is an international language, and without a song, the day would never end. Everyone loves music, and I want to give a positive input. I'd like to say to the fans, thank you. Without you, there would be no me. And to the upcoming artists, do not mess with drugs, because drugs will put you into a world of fantasy. Persevere. If you can dream it, you can have it. If you want it, it's there for you. And anything that I can do, I'll be more than happy. You have my website. Thank you. And keep on smiling.